Hey expats, I got a real treat for you tonight. You know, I've done a couple of shows about driving in Taiwan, and tonight I'm actually at the driving school with my lovely daughter. This is Caitlin here. Hey,
hi.
Say hi, Kate. Okay, so she's decided to take me around. She's passed the first part of her driving school where you actually have the instructor in the car with you, and now she just gets to practice for 3 weeks on her own and just drive around this course. So I thought I would take you along for the ride and demonstrate what happens. This may help some of you understand why drivers here in Taiwan drive the way they do a little bit. We'll go through some of the obstacles, as you might call them, that they go through. I'll show you what's happening. I don't know if you've ever been to like Six Flags in America. Those of us who are from the States, in Texas or whatever, might remember that old-timey car course that you'd get in the cars and putter around in, and you know, you couldn't actually really get off the course because there was the thing in the middle that would keep the car on the course. It kind of feels like that actually, but it's not that. I mean, you could get off the course here, but that's what it feels like. So anyway, let me just give you a little tour of the car. All right, so here we are in the car, and you can see there's a lot of little markings. We're waiting to make the right turn here into the infamous S-curve. But in the car, you've got all these little markings in white chalk.
Here's the chalk
in
itself.
the car. Oh, you have the chalk itself. Wow, so we can make new markings. So tell us about the white markings, Caitlin.
Well, this white marking right here tells me when the wheel is facing upwards, so that if I forget how many times I've turned the wheel, it'll tell me when I'm back. This tells me when I go into the parallel parking, I turn right one turn, left one turn, then left 1.5. I don't know what that is. This line right here, this line right here tells me when to turn. I line that up with the curb, and then I do 1.5 so I can turn. This line back here,
Oh, the line back there. Okay, yeah.
That helps me know when to stop to turn into the parallel parking.
So basically, the instructor has designed, or not the instructor, but the course has been designed to give you lots of little helps and cheats to, I probably shouldn't use that word, but anyway, to help you pass the course, right?
Right.
So you're not actually really driving, you're just going through the course to...
I'm passing the test.
You're passing the test. All right, that's what I was looking for. All right. So anyway, we have to wait now in line, and oh good. Okay.
Alright, so we're turning into the S-curve, so I'm going to wait until that little white line is parallel to the curb, and then we do 1.5 circles of the wheel. And I'm not allowed to press the gas, so this is going to be a slow one.
Yeah, the instructor told her she's not allowed to press the gas. I love that.
So I just waited until that curb disappeared, and then I turned the wheel 1 circle. So now we're going to enter the S-curve. I wait until I can see 10 centimeters of a little line, and then I turn the wheel back so it's got my arrow facing up. I go until the little corner that the mirror and the car make has the corner of the curb inside it, and then I turn the wheel 1.5, and I just make sure that that corner stays there. If the corner goes below the curb, I just turn the wheel 1/4 until it returns, and when it returns, I just turn it all the way back until the car goes away from the curb, and then I turn the wheel 1.5 back, and then once I'm about 4 feet from the black line, I turn the wheel 1.5 the other way, and then I'm basically into where I'm supposed to park.
Okay.
So then I go into reverse, and I look out my left window, and I wait until the handle, the backseat handle, has gone over the back of the parking line, and then I turn 1.5 towards the window I'm looking at, and I just make sure that that distance between the handle and the line is the same, and if it changes, I just go forth, and I wait until the curb disappears, and then I look at my other mirror until the car is equidistant to the line as the curb is equidistant to the line, just kind of like that, and then I turn back so I go straight, and I go into reverse until the handle, they've actually painted a nice little black line on the course for me to line it up with. Then I go 1.5, and I just make sure that this distance stays the same all the way until I am out, and then I wait until I'm parallel to the curb. And there we are. So when I turn the wheel back, turn on my blinker, go backwards until the curb again disappears, and then I turn 1.5 again. Looks like I'm gonna have to hit the gas.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that was a rush. Well, here we go. Turning back because I'm straight. And now what I do is I put myself in drive.
Okay.
And we go forward, and I have to line this white dot up here on the dashboard up with the edge of that arrow, so that I'm driving straight. And I drive until this little white line right here is parallel to that black and white pole.
Okay, all right. Yep, there we go.
So now it's parallel.
Hey, good job.
So I turn on my blinker, go into reverse, turn my wheel 1.5, and then I just sort of let the car do it itself, because that's how backwards parking works. The car does it itself. And then once I'm parallel to the curb again, I stop the car, turn the wheel back, and then I just back up until I'm parallel to this little gray rock right here. And then I go into drive, turn on my blinker, go forward until that white line is parallel to the curb, 1.5. And once I'm out,
We'll back up the cars right here. Now the whole course, just so you guys know, is lined with these sensors. So if you make a mistake, what happens?
there's a little light that goes off and on, and it shows how many points you've missed and also beeps. So anytime that goes off, everyone sort of looks around to see who messed up.
So there's like some community shaming going on.
Yeah, but we've all felt it, so it's sort of this sense of community.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. We're waiting on this guy to finish his parallel parking.
He's doing his parallel parking.
We're up next.
Looks like he did pretty good there.
And that thing right there, the blue thing, that's what beeps.
Right there. That's the beeper.
Yeah. And on those black squares,
You
it'll tell
see,
you how many
there's the
points you
lines
lost.
right there. Is that little yellow outline is the sensor bar.
Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna align my shoulders parallel with these two pots that we see right here. Turn on my blinker, go into reverse, find this little white line that I showed you earlier.
Oh yeah,
right back here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna line it up with that green pole. You probably can't see it because of the rain.
Yeah, the rain's messed up.
And then I turn the wheel like my trusty little cheat sheet.
We got the cheat sheet.
I turn right one circle until the corner disappears in my right mirror.
Okay.
Then I turn the wheel left one circle, so I'm sort of back to where I started. And then I wait until in this window I see the keyhole of the back door go over the white line. And then I turn 1.5 left, as we see on my cheat sheet. And then usually when it's not raining, I stick my head out to see once my wheels get in. But I'm not going to do that.
Caitlin! Oh!
I didn't quite make it.
So is the teacher going to come over and talk to you?
He might. If he saw it. If he didn't see it, he won't.
Okay.
Anyways.
Alright,
Let's
so,
just,
yeah. Wow. 16 points. So how many points do you need to pass the test?
He's told me this a couple times, but he always says it real fast.
Okay.
I think it's like 75 or 80.
Okay. Alright. So we're making a right turn.
Making a right turn. We're going to head toward the bridge now.
Ooh, the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bridge is the one place where you get to use the accelerator, so that's
Yeah, I get
exciting.
to use the accelerator to go up, but then I got to make sure and curb that on the way down so that there's no accelerant that's continued on.
Sorry for the rain, folks. It's just, that's how it is tonight.
So we're going to come up here, and there's a nice little bush that I'm going to make my shoulder parallel to so I can wait.
Okay, here's
Right
the bush.
there. I'm going to turn on my blinker. And now I'm going to take this white little dot right here on my dashboard, and I'm going to make it parallel to this blue pot right here that you may or may not be able to see.
Yeah,
Make my shoulder parallel to this water grate to my left. Turn the wheel 1.5, and then we just let the car drive itself up on to the ramp.
Oh, what about that guy?
It's fine.
Oh, okay. Are there ever any accidents on here?
I've heard that there are. So now I get to use my accelerant.
Alright.
Don't distract
Punch
me while
it.
I have fun.
Sorry.
And then I have to stop when my shoulder is parallel to this little green thing.
Okay.
I pull up my handbrake,
Handbrake.
give it some gas until it passes this little one.
We're launching.
Put down my handbrake, and then we launch over this hill. But then I quickly put on the
Yes.
brake, so that we no longer are going fast, because we don't need that in our lives.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, train.
Oh, train, railroad crossing.
Stop the car, turn on our blinker. And then we go. As you can tell, we're going really slow again. It's okay though. Got a whole another 20 minutes of this.
Yeah, this is what you do for basically 50 minutes, is you drive around this course. And after 1 month of this, folks, you are ready to hit the road in Taiwan. I'll just tell you that right now. Oh, another train crossing.
I don't know if it's a train. I don't quite know what this one is. Might be train. There's no railroad though.
See if I can read the... Oh no, this is a people crossing. Sorry. This is a people crossing.
So anyways, now I have another white dot to the left of the other white dot that I line up with the left line of this little straight part, that I just keep it on that line, and as long as it's on that line, I'm doing good. I won't set off any buzzers.
I'm kind of hoping you do, actually, but we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, that's funny, Dad. You want your daughter to fail?
Well, it's just practice tonight, so...
Well, I don't want him to come over here. We made it just in time, so you don't have to stop at the red light.
Yeah, and what happens if it's yellow light?
Well, you're supposed to just keep going and kind of... That's one time that I am allowed to use accelerant, because, you know, we don't want to stop for the red light. I have the first night of learning, he asked me when we passed that, he said, what do you do when it's a yellow light? And I said, well, you stop. And he said, no, you go faster so you don't have to stop. And then I realized we're in Taiwan.
That's right.
So.
That's right. Well, Caitlin, thanks for this tour around the driving course. It's been very informative for me, your dad. And so now I know where I need to get you out on the road and have a little more practice. So, all right, thanks. All right, Taichung expats. Hope this has been helpful for you. So, later.